strobe lights, and visual elements that may affect medical conditions. If you have any questions, please visit guest relations behind section 105. Any fans that rush the field before, during, or following the match will be subject to prosecution and a potential lifetime ban from Greater Nevada Field. And welcome to tonight's match here at Greater Nevada Field for Art Town Night, presented by Reno News and Review. Fans, please welcome tonight's ball kids from Blue Tree Dental. All kids are presented by My Kids Smile, comfortable children's dentistry and orthodontics in Reno. If you want your team to be ball kids for a match, visit our staff behind section 104 for more information. Tonight's official United Soccer League game ball is presented by El Dorado Resorts. Visit El Dorado Resort Casino, Silver Legacy Resort Casino, and Circus Hotel and Casino to start your gameplay. Fans, please hold the ball in video board for tonight's following groups. Welcome new members of the UFC Gym, Reno, Reno High School Class of 97 reunion, Charles River, Now Health Foods Groups, VA Hospital, OEF, OIF, OMD, Truckee River United FC, and San Juan Academy U7, U10, and Black Mamba. Also, happy birthday, happy 7th birthday to Nico. Happy birthday, founding member Seth Bartlett. Tonight's referees of the match, referee Mitch Oakley, assistant referee Jeremy Davis and Matt Houston, and the fourth official on the sideline, here at Sunday. Tonight's starting class for Portland Timbers 2 in goal on referee Kendall Mcintosh. On events number 75, Shirley Jimenez.
Soccer returns to Northern Nevada. The Reno 1868 Football Club playing host to the Portland Timbers 2 in a United Soccer League showdown. From inside Greater Nevada Field in downtown Reno, Nevada, welcome to the broadcast here tonight alongside Colin Tabor. I'm Alex Margulies. Colin, these are two teams really moving in very different directions. Reno, a club right now coming in fourth place, a lot of teams behind them, and certainly want to take care of business tonight. Portland, they've had a rough season, just one win. They've had 15 losses, and it's not going to get any easier for them tonight as they are very shorthanded in this match.
Yeah, certainly a tale of two teams. Portland Timbers 2, last place in the league and a depleted squad. But anything can happen in this crazy game, so we should be in for a good one.
Reno has been playing well as of late, 2 wins, 2 draws in their last 4 matches. They've been excellent here in their home stadium, just 1 loss in 9 matches. We'll have a full breakdown of this match here tonight. We'll give you the starting lineup, some key players to watch a little bit later on. But first, had a chance to catch up with Reno 1868 head coach Ian Russell earlier this week. Here's that conversation. All right, joined now by head coach Ian Russell, getting to the midpoint of this USL season, and some awards announced this last week. Let's start first with Chris Wehan, one of your midfielders. He was named Rookie of the Year for the midseason. How incredible and how deserving is he of that?
Very deserving. I've known Chris for a long time. We actually had him training in San Jose last year for a week or two, and he was overlooked coming out of college. He didn't get drafted, and he was the first phone call I made to his agent probably 2 minutes after the draft, and we got him in here. So he's kind of done a great job, just like I thought he would.
Do you see him as a guy that might have some MLS potential?
I think so. He's just got to be consistently good, you know, put a good year under his belt here and see what happens next year.
Also part of that awards was Coach of the Year. You finished in second place. As an exhibition coach, is that a rewarding feeling to see just how much and how far this team has come in just 1 year?
Yeah, it's definitely rewarding, especially after the start we had. We got off to a start where we hadn't won in 5 games. I think we were maybe 1 tie and 3 losses and another tie, 2 ties. So we've definitely had a really good season after our start, and it's pretty gratifying to be kind of in the conversation for Coach of the Year.
Being here at this midpoint in the year, if you would have asked yourself before the season started, if you're at where you are now at the midseason, would you be happy with the results where you're at right now?
Yeah, definitely. You always want to be higher in the table, but 4th place is pretty good, and I think we need a really good run to finish out the second half to try to remain in that top 4 spots.
A bunch of your guys had a chance to go up and compete with the San Jose Earthquakes last week. How great is it to see your guys not only going up and compete for them and get some minutes and really help out San Jose in an exhibition?
It was great. It was good because we were in Vancouver at the time watching the game, so our guys here, and all our guys did really well. So it just shows you that, you know, our guys can compete at that level, and if given the chance, they can make the most out of it.
All right, let's step away from soccer here for a second. You've had a chance to live here, not quite a year, but a chance to live here in northern Nevada. What are some of the things that you're enjoying to do while you're here in Reno?
Definitely the outdoors. I like to go fishing, go fly fishing a lot, go hiking. It's been great having no traffic from the Bay Area, so the commutes are really easy, and just the quality of life is really nice with all the mountains and rivers. It's been a great place.
All right, Ian, keep on catching those fish, and we'll see you out in the trucking. We'll see you at the pitch.
Thanks, Alex.
All right, man. We'll be right back. A warm and gorgeous night here in northern Nevada as we get set for some professional soccer here tonight between Reno 1868 and the Timbers 2. Alongside Colin Tabor, once again Alex Margulies here with you. A very important match here tonight for Reno, looking for 3 valuable points before they get ready to hit the road for 3 consecutive matches. They'll play 4 of their next 5 away from Greater Nevada Field. And certainly against a Timbers 2 team, you don't want to take them for granted. Again, they've got 15 losses. They're 1-15. Colin, when you go into this match here tonight, Reno, how do they not allow themselves to get trapped into looking at the Timbers record and the fact that they're shorthanded tonight?
Well, you just go in early and just try to get that goal as quickly as you can. We saw that in the LA Galaxy game. Goal scored in the 3rd minute, and then the floodgates opened. Reno will be hoping for that same thing. They're going to want to attack early. They're going to want to press Portland early and force mistakes from this young team. Yeah, the last United Soccer League match in this building, a 9-0 result for Reno. It was the largest margin of victory in USL history. They followed that up with a blowout loss to Atlas. That game, an international friendly against the team from Mexico. But certainly in this building and against the USL, Reno has been very, very good. Let's take a look at our key players of the match here tonight as the teams continue to come out onto the field. We'll begin with the Portland Timbers. They may be shorthanded, but this man right here, Viljen Bijev, the 24-year-old from Bulgaria, has been a fantastic player in their midfield. Yeah, Bijev, the former Liverpool Academy player, has 6 goals this season, by far their top scorer. Someone who's very dangerous shooting on goal, but can also create chances as well. Leads the team with 6 goals on the season. Last year, he was a first-team selection for the United Soccer League, so definitely keeping an eye on him for the Timbers. On the other side of the field, Reno 1868, Chris Weehan. Earlier this week, he was named the Rookie of the Year in the midseason by the fans, and how could you pick anybody but Chris? He has been absolutely sensational. Yeah, and he tore those polls apart. He was the vote by a long shot, and no one can blame him. Chris Weehan's been phenomenal so far this season. 23-year-old rookie coming out of University of New Mexico, second in the United Soccer League with 7 assists on the year. He also has 3 goals now on the season, including 2 in that 9-0 rout against Los Dos. Both teams coming out towards the center of the field, getting set for tonight's national anthem. Here's a look at Dane Kelley, the all-time leading scorer in USL history. He's got 62 goals now over 6 seasons, 13 this year, which is good for second best in the United Soccer League. Expect Reno to look for Kelley early and often, as they have throughout the entire season. Reno out there in the blue uniforms, the Timbers with the whites and the green stripes across their chest. Their parent team, the Portland Timbers, won. They're in action tomorrow against Vancouver. And as we've talked about, kind of rating this Timbers 2 roster, as it'll be a tough match for them here tonight in Reno, but we'll see what happens here this evening. For now, we'll step aside for tonight's national anthem. We'll come back with our starting lineups and kickoff here in downtown Reno.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' ready glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still
Sheila Sanchez.
And Portland just a couple minutes away from our kickoff here tonight. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. We begin with the Timbers 2, and we look at this starting 11 for Portland's Colin, especially at the very top, a lot of inexperience. Gio Calixtro, he has only played 7 minutes this year. He is only 17 years old. He'll make his first ever USL start. On the other side, Omar Mohammed, not a whole lot of experience either.
Yeah, this is a really youthful, inexperienced front line, but this is the kind of opportunity that they will want to take.
If there is a strength for this Timbers team, it is at the back four. Bjornathan, Amick, Ornstill have played the majority of the season. Jimenez also has had quite a few chances this season. On the other side of the field for Reno 1868, they're going to put together one of their best possible lineups here tonight. They get Lindo Mafeka back from the San Jose Earthquakes. He had been there the last couple of weeks, and good to see him back in a Reno 1868 uniform. It says defensive midfielder there, but he is actually the attacking mid for Reno, with Matt LaGrasse playing that defensive midfielder spot.
Yeah, Lindo Mafeka is so good right behind those two forwards of Opano and Dane Kelley. He can create chances, he can score goals, and what he's so good at is defending from the front. He can make sure that Reno wins the ball high up the field and attacks quickly.
Matt Bersano has been outstanding in goal this year. He's tied for third in the league in clean sheets with 6. He has allowed only 16 goals in 12 matches. Our two coaches here tonight for the Portland Timbers, they're led by 41-year-old Andrew Greger. Had MLS time with 6 different teams throughout his career, including Portland's. He will lead this very youthful club. And for Reno 18, there's a look at Greger. And on the other side of the field, Ian Russell, who finished second in that midseason vote for Coach of the Year, and he has done a sensational job for Reno here in this exhibition season.
Yeah, Ian Russell's a winner, and I'm sure he was disappointed with second place in that Coach of the Year, so he's going to want to change that for the end of the season awards.
Still some time to get it when it counts, I think, at the end of the season, and certainly very pleased with where his team is at right now in 4th place.
Right, fans,
season ends today. Reno's hosting a playoff game here in their exhibition season, and that is fantastic. Our referees for tonight, our head ref is Benjamin Oakley. He is assisted by Jeremy Davis and Matt Houston. Mirhan Hamzik is our sideline referee. Portland taking it to the middle of the fields, and they will get this one started here tonight. There's the whistle, and we are underway here in downtown Reno. And an early goal kick coming up for Matt Bersano.
Yeah, and we saw in that kickoff that what Dane Kelley's planning on doing. He wants to press those Portland defenders. He wants to force them into mistakes and try and grab an early goal.
Jordan Morrell with the throw-in from the sideline. Gets it into Kelley. Chipped away by Terrell Lowe on the ball now. Reno coming off of a draw last weekend in Vancouver, 1-1. They got a goal late in that contest from Brian Brown as they were able to escape with 1 point against the Whitecaps, a team they have now drawn twice with this year. Second time they'll face Portland. They beat them 2-0 a couple weeks ago up in the Rose City. Good clear there by Matt LaGrasse. Sends it forward to Chris Wehan. Looking for Kelley, but he'll send it out of bounds. We were talking about before the match, when you look at the way these two teams are stacked up, you really felt like Reno's going to have an advantage in the midfield here tonight. Why do you feel that way, looking at just the way the lineup is set and some of the personnel?
Well, I think Portland, too, are coming out with a flat 4-4-2 diamond, which means that their forward midfielders are flat across the midfield, while Reno 1868 will play in a diamond, which makes it more condensed in the middle. It gives Lindo Mafeka that space between the defense and midfield where he's so dangerous. So I think that they could take that to their advantage and try to find Mafeka between the lines.
And certainly Reno's been its best where they're able to control the midfield. Some early contact for Viljen Bijev. holding his right quads. There's Russell, the two-time MLS Cup champion with the San Jose Earthquakes, 2001 and 2003. Had a chance to catch up with him a couple minutes ago on the pregame show. And among topics, discussing a little fishing. He's enjoying himself out on the rivers here in Reno, getting out to the Truckee. Said he's had some success out there as well, which is impressive. That is not an easy river to fish.
Oh, he's a big fisher. You can hear him talking about it a lot.
Good to see the new coaching staff enjoying themselves here in Northern Nevada and all that it has to offer.
Yeah, I think Eric Bucheri, the assistant coach, I think he's a big hiker over in Tahoe.
I see. It seems like every day he's getting a chance up in Tahoe and hiking and hanging out at the beach. Those of you who aren't really familiar with this Reno area, just nestled in the Sierra Nevada mountain range and only about a 45 minutes drive from Lake Tahoe, which is one of the most scenic and majestic destinations in the entire world. World-class skiing and fishing, hiking, biking. You've got just about anything you could ever want. One of the nice things about this season, it is very long, but there are a lot of times and breaks in between, allow not only the coaches but the players as well to enjoy the area, which I know a lot of them have. Jordan Morrell trying to send it forward for Brent Richards coming up from his wings, or from his fullback spot. Shot on goal there, picked up by Kendall Mcintosh, the 23-year-old out of Santa Rosa, California. He has been in goal for the majority of the season for T2. Still looking for his first clean sheet of the season.
And it looks like T2 are trying to force the ball out wide and keep it out wide. They don't want to give Reno the chance to switch the field at all. They don't want to give the chance to find Lindo Mafeka between the lines. They're trying to really make sure that they don't get out of those wide areas.
Broadcast tonight brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. Here's Richards again, sends it back for Matt LaGrassa. Here's Mafeka. Over to Dane Kelley. Kelley, right-footed strike, and it's off the top of the crossbar. Deflected by McIntosh, but a good early look for Dane Kelley.
Yeah, and a wonderful save here from McIntosh. He sees it kind of late through a body of defenders, but does so well to get up and push that over his crossbar. Great shot there from Dane Kelley.
Let's get loud, fans. It's time for another
56
Reno
saves on the year for McIntosh, who has
been
pressured early and often this year. This is a Timbers 2 team that has allowed the fourth most goals in the league at 35. Here's Seth Kasipley from the corner, a little bit too strong on that kick. Keeping it in front of the net, though, for Reno. Cleared away temporarily. Weehan trying to keep it in the box, but cleared away by the Timbers, and only Antoine Openo in the defensive part of the field for Reno. What a great season he has had here during this exhibition season. Openo, born in France, grew up in the Philadelphia suburbs, and he has been a dynamic player for this club.
Yeah, Antoine Openo has been so important to this team, and his switch to striker is when Reno saw their change of fortune. They saw them really switch into a team that wins and wins big. And a lot of it comes to Antoine Openo's defending from the front, his ability to take people on and earn himself a penalty, and he's gotten himself a fair amount of goals as well.
Another chance for Kelley, and can't quite square it up. Openo trying to spring him in front of McIntosh, and deflected out of play. Here's another look here, set up by Seth Kasipley.
Yeah, and a good ball from Kasipley, but Dane Kelley's touch is just a little too heavy for him. He's trying to get in between that, behind that Portland defense right there. He's had a couple runs now, had that nice turn and shot. He's looking like he wants a goal today.
Goal here today would tie him for the USL lead with his country mate Romario Williams, who's actually away from the USL right now, playing with Team Jamaica.
Yeah, this is his chance to pass his countryman right now. Romario Williams has a game for Jamaica coming up, so away on international duty. Time for Dane Kelley to get some goals and pass them.
United States in Gold Cup action tonight against Costa Rica. That match in the 32nd minute and still scoreless. Played tonight in Houston. Semifinals of the Gold Cup. Or excuse me, it's
Fans,
played in
it's time to
Dallas
get loud.
tonight.
It's another Reno 1868 FC.
Another corner kick. This time it'll be Chris Weehan.
Kick!
Mafeka going out to try and grab it, can't do it. Held up by Omar Mohammed. Timbers trying to counter the other way. Chance here, and a good save by Bersano up to the challenge as he swats away the opportunity from Jacob Montez.
Yeah, and a huge save from Bersano here against Montez. Reno will want to be careful that they don't give up that counterattack from the corner kick because they have a lot of numbers forward. Just Matt LaGrosse and Antoine Openo back there. And Portland are able to exploit and get a good chance on goal.
Perfect ball there by Gio Calixto, the 17-year-old making his first start and getting his first meaningful minutes in a Portland uniform. Now the corner. And headed out of play by Jimmy Ockford. Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC. That's channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Now a corner from the other side. The 21-year-old Omar Mohammed pops it up deep in the box, headed forward, and knocked away again, this time off the foot of Portland, and a goal kick coming up for Bersano. Bersano signed by the Earthquakes earlier this year, back in March. Spent the entire season here in Reno, and he has been fantastic in goal. Might have been his best save of the year to start this match. That was a fantastic effort.
Yeah, that was a great save there from Matt Bersano to prevent Portland taking a surprising lead early on in the game.
Brent Richards racing up to keep it in Reno's possession. Here's Mafeka. Over to Kisipli. Touching it around with Matt LaGrosse. Over to Openo. Gets it into Kelley. Touch pass, trying to find Openo. Couldn't quite get his body in front of it. But some nice ball movement there in front of the net by Reno as they again get an early chance here in front of Portland's net.
Yeah, that would have been a real lovely play if it found Openo running through. That one-touch passing between the three of them of Mafeka, Openo, and Dane Kelley. Real great stuff from Reno. They love that one-touch passing on the ground.
Well, there's one area that Reno likes to find Antoine Openo. It's in the box, and he has been so disruptive, drawing penalty after penalty this season.
Yeah, he's someone who's so elusive on the dribble. Defenders don't know which way he's going to go, and he's so good at forcing them into that challenge and knowing where the contact will be. It's not diving. It's not diving because he does get the contact, but he knows exactly where the contact's going to be.
Max Orange still, T2. Shaq Jimenez getting in the mix. Stolen away by Reno. Here's LaGrosse again.
I think with the way Portland's setting up, Matt LaGrosse is going to have a lot of time on the ball. They're trying to defend real deep and protect that space between the midfield and defense. And it's giving Matt LaGrosse a lot of room to operate. So expect him to have a lot of influence in the game when Reno have the ball.
Oh, and he's not shy when he has room to operate to be all over the ball. You'll see him charge as he did just a few seconds ago, getting an interception briefly for Reno. There isn't a spot in the field that Matt LaGrosse does not like to find the ball.
No, he covers a whole lot of ground. His passing is fantastic. We saw a couple minutes ago his long diagonal ball into rushing Jordan Morel. Diagonal balls in the corner, balls between the lines. and his defensive work and with interceptions and tackles. Matt LaGrassa has been outstanding this season in that holding mid spot for Reno.
Did not start the season for Reno, but after some injuries had a chance to get into a starting playing job, and he has not let go of it. LaGrassa making his 16th start now on the year, and he is second on the team in minutes. One of those guys that you can plug into so many different places, and he's going to give you a real quality effort. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Mcintosh, who has yielded 25 goals this year. It's a Timbers team that gives up a lot of goals, 35. They've only scored 14. Not necessarily a surprise with their record coming in at just 1-15 and earning only 2 draws as well. Just 5 points on the year for this very young academy-laden team. Not unsurprising for a lot of these clubs. We've seen this with maybe the Timbers too, and the Los Dos and Vancouver Whitecaps too. For the USL, for those organizations, it's a chance to play very, very young players. It's a development-heavy opportunity for those clubs, as opposed to Reno, who, while they're affiliated with the San Jose Earthquakes, they also really want to win. And they have a lot of experienced players as well.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for the development of U.S. soccer to play against full-grown professionals. That's something like in England, for example. It's a big criticism of their pyramid, where the lower leagues, they don't have these 2 teams. So the youth don't get a lot of opportunities. But here we're giving them opportunities early on. They're getting a chance to make mistakes in a professional environment where stakes matter, but it's still, they're still willing to take the risks rather than throwing a 17-year-old into an MLS side. So it's great for the development of youth soccer here.
Well, while the Timbers need some help from this T2 team calling up a guy like Agustin Williams, who has been the striker, it gives a guy like Gio Calixto, a 17-year-old, a chance to come in here and play against some really good competition, to get a chance to see guys like Jimmy Ockford and Dane Kelley and Antoine Opino, and play against some much more experienced guys that have some MLS time, and help further his development.
Yeah, this is so much more important for guys like Calixto's development than playing against kids his own age in a game that might not matter so much. So this is huge for kids like that to get those opportunities to play against guys like Jimmy Ockford. And I think U.S. soccer is going to reap the benefits.
Chris Weehan making a run there. Now Opino taking a chance at it and trying to curl it into the upper right-hand corner. Just a little bit too much, though.
Yeah, Opino just gets too much under the ball there. Puts it a couple yards over the crossbar.
"16 minutes down here tonight in Northern Nevada as Mcintosh will send it away. Brett Richards will keep it away from Mohammed. Deflected here, some numbers for the Timbers. A takedown there by Kasipli, won't get a whistle. Nice job there on the defensive end to prevent what would have been a nice opportunity for the Timbers with a couple bodies there deep in Reno's defense.
Yeah, Kasipli takes a huge risk there trying to force that ball through the middle, but he's able to recover from his own mistake and make a great tackle and save what could have been a good chance for Portland there.
Kasipli breaking up another chance, and now they will blow a whistle on him. And it looks like that was actually going to go against Portland, so a set piece for Ockford.
Yeah, and Mafeka's disappointed that the ref didn't give advantage there because Reno had a good opportunity to counterattack. Mafeka had space to run, and Opino and Dane Kelley were making runs in behind.
Reno pushing forward again. Here's Openo just outside the box, but whistled offsides by our side referee, Mirhan Hamzi. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, you can visit nikesoccer.com. So Portland has been able to withstand the early minutes here tonight. A lot of chances for Reno, but they've got to be happy that they go into the 18th minute now, and it's still a scoreless contest against the USL's top scoring team, Reno, with 41 goals this year.
Yeah, Portland are doing well this opening exchanges. They're making sure that guys like Lindo Mafeka can't get the ball in those dangerous areas. They're negating too much possession from Reno, and they've had a great chance themselves. They've had the chance of the night so far.
Reno pushing forward once again. Here's Weehan to Mafeka. Sends it down for Kelley. Trying to cross it in for either Openo or Weehan. Goes too far, though. Back to Seth Kasipli.
Yeah, when the ball gets into Portland's defensive third, you can immediately see them start to narrow their lines. They get really narrow with the ball whenever that ball's in the middle. Width of the 18, and that's it, to protect that space between the defenders and make sure the guys can't run in behind them.
Last time these two teams played a couple weeks ago, it took Reno until the 55th minute to find the back of the net. Seth Kasipli. Big goal for him. He's a former Portland Timbers product. Also a goal later in the match from Luis Felipe Fernandez. Centered in. Good job there by Richards to head that one out of trouble. Portland coming on the counterattack once again.
And I think that's been a criticism of Portland Timbers too this year, is they can stay in the game. You know, they can compete well, but then the moment they concede, it's when heads start to drop. And they've conceded a lot of second half goals so far this season. They do well in opening stretches. They do well up until halftime. But once they do get broken down, I think is where they start to struggle.
Match tonight brought to you by Coors Light. The bigger the mountain, the better the reward. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Another win in the midfield for Reno. This time Morel stepping up to get 1868 the possession. Jimmy Ockford wearing the captain's bands here tonight, and pretty neat opportunity for him and a couple other players. Last week had a chance to play for the San Jose Earthquakes in a friendly against a Bundesliga opponent.
Yeah, Eintracht Frankfurt came to San Jose, a mid-table Bundesliga team, very good team actually, and guys like Jimmy Ockford, Luis Felipe Fernandez, Darwin Espinal, Thomas Janjigian, and one more, I believe, who I'm blanking on, all got a chance to play for San Jose in a game like that, which was a great opportunity for them.
It's always cool when guys get an opportunity to play in that MLS atmosphere, get a chance to play in a big-time stadium. Such a beautiful facility they've got in San Jose. Here's Chris Weehan being set up by Openo, trying to find Kelley, and just out of his reach.
Openo does so well to find this great run from Chris Weehan, and Chris Weehan puts in that wonderful low whipped-in ball for Dane Kelley to run onto, but it's just inches away from Dane Kelley's sliding foot from what would have been a sure goal that close.
The amount of chances Dane Kelley has had here in this first half, you feel like he's going to get one at some point.
I always say with Dane Kelley, it's his third chance is the goal. Every time I see him, first couple he gets closer and closer, and then the third one he puts away. Some good passing here from T2. They're being patient with the ball. They're probing, swinging it side to side, looking for those gaps.
As this is their longest possession of the night so far, Reno has held on to the ball just over 60% of the time thus far.
And their patience paid off because they were able to find Calixto in a good position for him to put the ball out right wide for Russell Cicerone. The cross just doesn't find anybody.
Kelley sends it forward to Kasipli. Times it up for Opano. Opano just unable to get it past the keeper, Mcintosh. Another good job in goal.
And the weight of this pass from Seth Kasipli is just amazing. He's able to put it just onto that run of Opano, and Opano's able to get a good one-time shot on, but a fantastic save from Kendall Mcintosh there to prevent Opano from having an opening goal here tonight.
Another corner kick. Back to Seth Kasipli. Sets it up for Ockford. His header will send it into the Reno Aces bullpen, though, and the Timbers survive another onslaught from this 1868 offense.
Yeah, Jimmy Ockford just rises too late, just doesn't jump early enough and doesn't get over the ball enough to be able to put it on target there.
A little more than halfway through this first half here tonight in downtown Reno. Still no score between 1868 and the Timbers 2. Reno now 5 shots on goal compared to just the 1 for the Timbers. Good chance for Montez earlier in this half, but a great save by Matt Bersano, keeping this a 0-0 result here in the first half. Reno once again doing a good job moving the ball around. Here comes LaGrassa from his holding midfielder spot, sends it forward to Weehan. Here's Morrell wide. Gets into the box. Opano trying to hold it up. Now a strike from Mafeka, and he just pulls it too far right of the net. Lindo Mafeka getting in on the action.
And that was just inches wide from Lindo Mafeka. Strikes that so well. Almost finds that bottom right-hand post. But Reno are starting to find those gaps. Matt LaGrassa with time on the ball is starting to find guys like Chris Weehan and Lindo Mafeka in advanced positions with time to turn towards goal. And that's where those guys are most dangerous.
Kyle Bjornathan, a couple touch passes with Omar Mohammed. Send it back for Ornstill.
Portland's 2 center backs, Imek and Ornstill, are getting really, really deep in possession. They're trying to create a lot of depth to prevent that Reno press from being too effective. You can see they're getting real deep and wide. They're passing the ball side to side, back and forth, making sure that Reno can't win the ball in those high positions. And if they try to press higher, that's where they can find the gaps.
Here's Amick sending it forward. He was the 2nd round pick for Portland coming out of this year's drafts. Picked down to UCLA, where he was a teammate of Jackson Ewell, who started the season in Reno. San Jose Earthquakes' 1st round pick, back with the Quakes. Richards with a long throw in, trying to find Opano. Montez gets it forward for Bijev. Jostling with LaGrassa taken down by Griffiths, but no whistle.
Griffiths is lucky not to get away with no foul there. Looks like he took him out.
Kelley able to break through, sends it wide for Mafeka. LaGrassa. And cleared by Amick. Brenton Griffiths, fresh off of a USL Team of the Week honor, sending it forward. Reno's offense trying to find Mafeka. That time was Opano, too far over his head. Down Bjornathan gets it back to midfield. There's Griffiths with the yellow highlighter cleats. Said he's finally starting to catch up on sleep a little bit.
Yeah, it's always tough to bring a new one into the world. Suddenly, those solid 8 hours you were getting every night aren't so easy. For a professional soccer player, that's important. But I'm sure he wouldn't trade his lovely baby daughter for anything in the world.
Beautiful baby Rose. I think it's about maybe 6 weeks old now.
She's got to be about 6 weeks now, yeah.
Griffiths out of Spanish Town, Jamaica, the 26-year-olds. A little bit of MLS time with the Colorado Rapids a couple years ago. Played in the USL last year where he was a second-team selection playing for Orange County. Paired up with a couple of his countrymen here in Reno with Dane Kelley, who's out of St. Catherine Parish, and Brian Brown, who is also from Jamaica. Good to see Brown finally get his first goal in a Reno 1868 uniform last weekend. A big one to help the club get a draw against Vancouver. Spent a lot of the season on the shelf with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, and it wasn't a very difficult goal to score, but it was a really important one against a Vancouver team that's given Reno some trouble in their 2 games against them.
Opano getting tied up with Orange still, hoping to continue play, but a whistle will let Portland catch their breath. USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting www.uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter @USL. Bijev breaking through the midfields. Mafeka came up, took it from behind. Nice job there by Mafeka to get that ball cleanly. He knocked down Bijev. Not enough contact to warrant a whistle, though.
Yeah, and Bijev does so well to beat Matt LaGrassa there. It's marauding forward towards goal, but Linda Mafeka makes a great tackle from behind, gets the ball cleanly.
Chance for Opano. Now Dane Kelley. Kelley can't complete it. A complete disarray for the Timbers, and Dane Kelley, who has had so many chances here in the first half, has to feel sick after that one.
Yeah, I think he got caught off guard by McIntosh rushing at him. You don't often expect to see a keeper right there when you're in that position, but McIntosh does really well to close the angle and force Dane Kelley to second guess himself on taking that shot. And it's hard to, when he does make that turn, it's hard to get your hips around it with your weak foot like that.
8 shots on goal now for Reno to Portland's only 1.
It was a good shot, though. All you do need is one. What's important is that 0-0 scoreline, and Portland will feel confident going in a half if this sticks.
As you mentioned, they're being a little bit more careful with their possessions, making sure not to give up the ball in the midfield to Reno and not allow Like you mentioned, a guy like Lindo Mafeka to get sprung free.
And they're also trying to find these gaps in the midfield, too.
LaGrasse stepped up there, whistle blown, though, with some contact there from Montez. Benjamin Oakley talking that one over with Bijev, as Reno will get set to continue marching. Put back in play by Kasipli. LaGrasse will send it down to Richards. Forward Timbers products, left foot. Diving stop by McIntosh.
And that's a great inside cut from Brent Richards. You expect a right fullback to take the ball down the line, but Brent Richards took his space and got towards the middle of the goal and took a nice left-footed shot there. But easy for McIntosh.
Always has to be interesting for Brent to play against his former team. Not only played for the Timbers, he was the first homegrown player in team history to get called up and play for Portland. He did that back in 2012, played in 6 MLS games for them. Spent some time with their T2 club before eventually joining Reno here for the exhibition season.
Yeah, Brent Richards, he's the kind of fullback who loves to get up the field. He loves to try and get a couple shots off, put decent crosses in, and really join the attack. He's a former striker, got a lot of goals with UW, University of Washington, and even with Portland's under 23s, got a lot of goals with them too. It was only in the last couple of years when he went to T2 that he switched into a right back.
Perfect fit in Ian Russell's offense, where he really likes to send those fullbacks forward. And Richard certainly has fit that mold all season long for this team. A couple assists to his name. Bijev will take a deep right-footed strike. It'll end up all the way near the concessions.
And Bijev, with room to run, is a dangerous player. He can take people on. He's powerful with the ball, and he loves to shoot from distance. Obviously, that wasn't the best shot from distance, but it shows that he will look for those opportunities if they come.
Match night brought to you by Coors Light. What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that push us further and call us higher. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Here's Weehan.
Oh, and another excellent save there from McIntosh. He's able to get fingertips on Weehan's near post shot right here. And a nice little exchange between him and Opino. But McIntosh closes the angle down well. He's been great today.
10 shots on goal now for Reno through the first 35 minutes of this match. When will they break through? Weehan from the corner. Deflected and cleared.
Shouts for a handball there from Shaquille Jimenez, but the ref isn't having it.
Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field, this beautiful two-sport facility, one of the rare examples in the USL of a stadium that will have both minor league baseball as well as soccer. And it looks like they've gotten approval to do the same thing next year in Las Vegas, your hometown, as Cashman Field, currently the home of the Las Vegas 51s, will play host to a future USL team.
I'm not too optimistic about the way it will work at Cashman. Cashman is built in a grid where if you're out in the outfield, then you're far away from the action. Here at Greater Nevada Field, it kind of curves in. So they can still have stands on the sidelines that are close enough to the field, but I've been to a friendly soccer game at Cashman, and I felt so far away from the action.
Interesting.
But it's in a great location. You can't beat downtown Las Vegas. Having a stadium downtown, I think, is super important, and it'll be great to have a rivalry like Reno and Las Vegas. I'm very excited for them to come in the 2018 season.
Bijev makes a move. Trying to get around LaGrasse, does. Gets it up to Cicerone. Back to Bijev. Another shot from outside the box, another shot blasted into the seats. You know, it's interesting about that Vegas team. I saw some of their scarves, and they had some blue and some yellow. Yeah, you have to think Vegas is going to go with some kind of a red. I mean, it just the natural fit, North versus South. The North is always that blue, like that Wolfpack and Rebels kind of rivalry. I imagine they'd have to go with some kind of red look, right?
Yeah, you'd think with that Nevada UNLV rivalry that they would go something like red, but you never know. They don't have a team name yet or anything. So interested to see what they do in the upcoming year.
Sipley sends it in for Richards. Back to LaGrasse, over to Ockford now. Jordan Morrell also forward now from his fullback spot. LaGrasse trying to find Mafeka there, but it was taken away by Mohammed. Mohammed gets past Griffiths. Deflected. Bijev tripped up in the box. Now a shot on goal, and it goes over the top of the crossbar. And that got real messy.
Yeah, and a great run from Mohammed there. But Jimmy Ockford with the heroics to not make one, but two blocks and tackles there to prevent what could have been a goal for T2.
Nice work by Mohammed to get past several defenders and round to that opportunity. Beautiful ball there in by Richards, trying to find Opano. Curled it in, tried to get his right foot on it, but couldn't quite get to it. Mcintosh bombs it all the way down towards Calixtro. And a throw-in coming for the Timbers. Morrell trying to find Kelley, but sends it out of bounds. Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league by tuning in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts. That's Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Calixtro over the head of Montez. Here's Bjornathan. Mohammed again. Trying to touch it in there. LaGrasse got in his way. And Sipley will just clear it out. Portland, who is very short-handed, a team that has been frustrated this year with only one win. And they've been able to keep this a 0-0 contest here into the 42nd minute. Here comes another run for Reno. Morrell down to Kelley. Kelley trying to hold it up. Got it broken apart. LaGrasse keeps it in. Now Sipley. Over to Richards. Centered. Cleared by Amick.
Yeah, and that's the drawback right there of the way Portland Timbers are setting up in possession with that real deep, those two deep center backs. They're able to keep the ball well, but if they lose it, that's a 3v2 opportunity for Reno. And they almost took advantage of it there. But good defending from Portland to make sure nothing came of it.
Quickly the other way, they had a good counter opportunity. Matt LaGrasse with a shoulder check at midfield. And that'll draw a yellow card from our head ref, Benjamin Oakley. As we head into the final couple of minutes of regulation play. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, you can visit NikeSoccer.com. Mohammed comes into contact with Richards, able to send it back forward for Reno. Here's Mafeka. Up to Weehan. Over to Opino. Morel. Oh, another great block by Portland. Bjornathan able to get his right foot on it to save that one from goal. It got past McIntosh, but not past the Timbers defense.
And that's a couple times now that we've seen the Reno forwards second-guessing themselves a little bit in front of goal. They see that Portland might be able to get the block on it, so they're trying to change the angle. Portland are doing well forcing that and making sure that those first-time shots don't happen.
Richards trying to find Kelley, too much though, and a goal kick coming up for Kendall Mcintosh, who has been harassed all night long. 11 shots for Reno in this contest. Timbers now with 4. The possession gap has gone back towards even as we've seen the Timbers be much more deliberate with how they're passing the ball around. Reno now possessing about 52% of this match. Kasipli sends it to Kelley. Now Mafeka. Back to Kelley. Right-footed strike, another save by McIntosh. Kelley put it right towards him, and he was up to the challenge.
Yeah, Dane Kelley just tries to get his laces through this and hit it as hard as he can. But McIntosh with another excellent save here.
Only 1 minute of stoppage time added. Reno trying to get a late goal here heading into the break. Kasipli. Oxford gets his foot on it, but a whistle blown as he gets tangled up with Ornstill. And Portland may just draw this one down to halftime. Second straight match. If they can hang on in these final seconds, which I imagine they will have fought Reno to a draw in the first half.
Yeah, and Kendall Mcintosh has really earned that 0-0 going into halftime for this team. He's made some phenomenal saves for Portland Timbers.
Perhaps one more chance here for Portland. Calixto battling with Morel and waved off sides. And that will do it for the first half here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. Saw a harassing attack by Reno with 12 shots.
That's the end of the first half.
Compared to only 4 for Portland, but both goalies have been up to the challenge. Some great saves on both sides, and a 0-0 results as we head into halftime. Coming up when we return from our break, a conversation with Chris Weehan. Earlier this week, he was voted the midseason Rookie of the Year in the United Soccer League. We'll catch up with the California native about his time here in a Reno 1868 uniform. We'll come back and have our first half highlights and second half action from Greater Nevada Field. It's 0-0 here in downtown Reno.
Fans, tonight, Art Town themed warm-up jerseys are being auctioned off right now, online only at 1868auctions.com. Bidding will take place until 9 p.m. tonight, and the highest bidders can pick up their warm-up worn autographed jerseys after the match. Visit the table behind section 105 for questions and information about the jerseys. All jersey auction proceeds will benefit Art Town Reno. Who's in the mood for a free t-shirt? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Greater Nevada Credit Union and Greater Nevada Mortgage t-shirt toss. Who's gonna get loud for a free t-shirt? Here comes, look out, free t-shirt! The t-shirt toss is brought to you by Greater Nevada Credit Union and Greater Nevada Mortgage, the official financial service provider of Reno 1868 FC. Visit gncu.org to learn more. Thank you to our official Reno 1868 pub partners, Oski's Pub and Grill, Old Bridge Pub, Mellow Fellow Gastro Pub, O'Cleary's Irish Pub, Legends Grill, El Rincon Restaurant, Great Basin Brewing Company, Harrah's Reno, Tamarack Junction Casino, and Buffalo Wild Wings. Follow Reno 1868 throughout the season to learn about away match watch parties at these locations. Fans, it's time for Harrah's Reno Dizzy Goal Challenge. Each contestant will have their chance to win a free buffet meal courtesy of Harrah's Reno by making 4 goals in the mini net
Welcome
station
back, everybody.
on the field.
Alex Margulies, broadcaster for Reno 1868, joined by midfielder Chris Weehan. And Chris, big news for you this week. You were voted the mid-season Rookie of the Year by the fans. How exciting was that to hear that you were voted that top spot?
Yeah, it was a special honor. It was humbling for sure. It was cool that it was voted by from the fans. I think that goes to show we have a good following here in Reno, and obviously I have a lot of family and friends that are supporting, so that was fun.
Take a shot,
You've had such a great first half at the top of the leaderboard in the league in terms of assists and chances created. Personally, do you feel like this has really turned out about as good as it could have here in this first half for you?
Yeah, I think everything was just like a learning curve. Coming here in preseason, I didn't know what to expect, completely different from college. Then the speed of play, the game's different. It's a different kind of game. You're playing against men out there, so I'm fortunate to be finding the right spots and to be playing on a successful team and to have good teammates around me, good coaching staff. So I'm just really fortunate to be here.
All right, speaking of college, you had a great career in New Mexico. I think 30-plus goals scored, almost 10 assists. But you went undrafted in the MLS. Is that something that kind of got under your skin a little bit?
And take 4 shots.
Got under my skin is to say the least. Yeah, I was worked up. It was definitely a hard time period for me. I didn't really know what was next. Didn't really know where my shot was going to come. I felt like I deserved it, but you know what? It's in the past, and I'm happy to be where I am, and I'm making the most of my situation, and I'm enjoying myself.
Is it one of those things you can look back on and say, well, I didn't get drafted, but you're in a pretty good situation right now, and you're kind of opening some eyes to a lot of people?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's all I can do. I can only control what I can control, and not getting drafted was out of my hands.
Contestant number 3, Carter.
Every time I get the opportunity to put on a jersey and play, that's another opportunity to prove someone that maybe I deserved it. But that being said, I can only control what I can control.
Coming in on 3 and 4. Take
a
shot,
what's it been like playing for this attack? You guys lead the league in goals. You've got Dane Kelley, Antoine Opano. You've been in the mix. I mean, there's so many guys that can find the back of the net. How incredible has it been playing with this team?
It's a blast. It's one chance after another for us, I feel like. I think we go on the attack. If we don't produce a goal, it's a corner kick or it's something else we're missing, and it's just next one. We have that feeling that another one's going to come, so it's a lot of fun playing with these guys.
All right, so the last couple home games are crazy. One game you got Drogba and Omar Bravo. The next you beat LA Galaxy 9-0, and then you play Atlas out of Mexico. I mean, talk about that string of games. Let's start with that 9-0 game. I mean, have you ever been a part of anything like that?
I've actually been on the wrong end of a game like that, so no, it's definitely fun to be on this side of it. We were just clicking that night. I think it was a young team with the Galaxy, but we took our chances from the start, and we weren't going to let off the gas pedal.
Here we go.
Awesome. All right, Chris Weehan, appreciate you joining us here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll be right back.
3. I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Here comes 3.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are on the ball. There's 4. Take your shot, Logan.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6
Fourth and
seniors
final
faces
chance,
the threat
Logan.
of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
1.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
There we go. Sliding. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up tonight for our contestants in the Dizzy Goal Challenge.
Today. Visit the shelterpetproject.org.
Contestants, for your efforts, each of you will receive a free carvings buffet meal from Harrah's Reno Casino Hotel. Raising Cane's chicken fingers serve fresh, never, ever frozen chicken tenders. Crinkle cut fries, garlic buttered Texas toast, coleslaw made fresh daily, matched up perfectly with their secret cane sauce. Make a short stop after the game at the corner of Virginia and Neal. Raising Cane's,
innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game. In our
Carla's Massage and Bodywork is proud to support Reno 1868 FC.
Ready?
Carla's Massage and Bodywork is located in Midtown, Virginia and Harlem. Each session is customized to meet those needs and help the client get back to do what they love to do. Call or text area code 775-287-2737
We are officially past the midway point of the 2017 USL season. The first half saw the setting of new records, attendance reach over 1 million, and strong play on the field, highlighting the Fans' Choice Midseason Award.
Soccer fans, Nike
Nominees
is an
were
official
chosen for the
sponsor of the
awards,
USL.
and the winners were left up
For
to
more
fan
information,
vote.
visit NikeSoccer.com.
Diego Restrepo was voted Goalkeeper of the Year, winning a staggering 59% of the vote.
Fans,
the San Antonio
check out
FC goalkeeper started the
Friends
season
and
as the
Family ticket
backup,
package
but
presented
stepped
by
in
Wiener
after Matt
Schnitzel.
Cardoni's
For
injury and has racked up
$44,
7
4
clean
tickets,
sheets along
4
the
hats,
way,
and 4
to go
free
along with a
meals from Wiener
.39
Schnitzel.
goals against average
The
and a
next Friends and Family night is
.862
August
save
12th
percentage.
when Reno 1868 FC
Kyle Smith was
takes on
voted
San
Defender of
Antonio
the Year,
FC.
the only Louisville
For
City
information,
FC
visit
player to play every minute for the club this
1868fc.com.
season. The league's newcomers were recognized in a close vote, but Reno 1868 FC's Chris
Fans,
Weehan
make sure
just
you tune
edged
in
out
to
New
the
York Red
USL's
Bulls
weekly
2's
show
Aaron
on
Basulovich for the
SiriusXM
Fans' Choice
FC,
Rookie of
Channel
the Year
85
award by
on Mondays at 9
1/10 of a
Eastern,
percent.
9 p.m.
Weehan is
Eastern,
tied
that
for
is,
the
for the
league lead
latest
in
news and
assists with
information
7,
from around the
while
league.
Basulovich has
Also,
yet to
don't
come off
forget,
the field for New
Sirius
York Red
XM
Bulls
FC
2,
will air
passing
the
at an
USL Game of the
84%
Week.
accuracy
Please
rate.
check USLsoccer.com
Chandler
for
Hoffman
dates
claimed
and
the title of
times.
Fans' Choice MVP. Hoffman has tallied 11 goals and 5 assists and found himself as the lone player in the top 5 in the league in both categories.
Avoid a penalty.
Hoffman,
Look
along
both
with
ways
head
when
coach
crossing
Briggs,
the
has
street.
helped to lead
Drink
Real Monarchs
responsibly
SLC
and
to the
hold
best
your
record in the
child
league,
hand.
a feat that earned Briggs the Fans' Choice Midseason Award for Coach of the Year.
Join us for Saturday, August
For
12th,
USL Network,
as Reno
I'm Morgan
1868
Conklin.
FC takes on San Antonio FC with a kickoff at 7:30 p.m. The first 1,868
see the
fans
future
through the
is really
Rotunda
bright
Gate
for
will
me.
receive
The
a
high school
custom
diploma is just
1868
added to the
bobblehead
confidence, and now I
presented
feel
by
unstoppable.
Greater Nevada Credit Union and
Find
My
free
Team,
adult
My Chem, My
education
21
classes near
TV.
you at
To
finishyourdiploma.org.
purchase your tickets, visit the ticket office or Reno1868fc.com. Reno 1868 FC would like to welcome a special group of selfless individuals to the field right now. In the early morning hours of July 4th, Reno 1868 FC midfielder Mateus Silva found himself in danger while swimming in Lake Tahoe. In the seconds and minutes that passed, these individuals swam to Mateus and provided immediate first aid on shore. Because of their heroic actions of the group, you see before you now, we are happy to report that Mateus has made significant progress after spending the first few days in the hospital. At this time, we would like to hear a few brief messages from those who helped save Mateus' life. Please turn your attention to the video board.
And Portland, and right now a very special moment going on at midfield as they are honoring
and at this moment, we'd like to
the
invite
men and women
to the
who
field.
were a part of the rescue of Reno 1868.
Welcome to the field,
Mateus Silva, who is walking out onto the pitch right now. There is Silva, the Brazilian-born midfielder who is on loan here in Reno from the San Jose Earthquakes. We saw him play earlier in the season, but a tragic accident happening, or it could have been much more tragic than it was, but still a very scary situation back on July 4th when Silva and a couple of his teammates got to Lake Tahoe early in the morning to spend the day and enjoy the holiday. And Silva, who probably is not used to some of the cold, shocking waters of Lake Tahoe, went for a long swim, and he actually drowned in Lake Tahoe. It was an unbelievably frightening situation where he had to be rescued by some bystanders. They took him onto the beach where Silva had no pulse. And he was revived back to life. He was airlifted from Lake Tahoe to Renown Hospital here in Reno. And after spending some time in a coma and a few days in the hospital, he came out of it. And look at him there. I mean, what an unbelievable moment that not only that he came out of it alive and that he is recovering. He was at practice yesterday, Colin. I mean, this is just an incredible scene as you look here. The men and women that helped save his life, and Mateus Silva, fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and he might be the nicest and most friendly guy on the entire team. Wouldn't wish something like what he's gone through on anyone. The recovery he's had in the last couple weeks has been astounding, and I'm incredibly proud of how Mateus has reacted to this.
What was it like having him out at practice yesterday?
It was awesome. Everyone was all smiles. I've never seen the practice so positive. He jumped in a little bit in the beginning. You know, he couldn't obviously go full speed with everybody, but he jumped in on some things, and seeing him out there in his training gear and kicking the ball around with the guys lifted everybody's spirits after what's been a difficult couple weeks, especially that first one. And there's so many question marks over him, what would happen, but his recovery has been going fantastic.
Unbelievable. A fantastic miracle that he was able to be revived with the hard work of those individuals to help save his life, and the doctors, nurses, everyone over at Renown that helped get him back into health. And now as he will hopefully make a road to a full recovery and back on the pitch at some point, whether that's here in Reno or back in San Jose with the Earthquakes. A touching scene here tonight at Greater Nevada Field. Getting set for second half action. Let's take a look at what happened in the first half here tonight. A 0-0 result after the first 45 minutes in this one, but it didn't come without some real strong chances for Reno. Dane Kelley with a great shot there. Kendall Mcintosh, a fantastic save. And check out this save by Matt Bersano, maybe the best of the year.
Yeah, and Portland were able to counterattack from their own, defending their own corner kick. They get a great chance.
Lindo Mafeko with a chance on goal, just put it right of the corner.
And a good strike here from Mafeka. Hits it low and hard, but just wide of McIntosh's post.
And then one of the rare opportunities in the first half for the Timbers, and a great defensive effort by Mafeka coming up. Look at the steal right there. Didn't get a whistle, just picked Bijev's pocket, and that may have prevented a scoring chance. And then here's Kelley again. Mcintosh really has been sensational in this first half.
Yeah, Mcintosh has made some big saves here tonight to keep this scoreline 0-0.
Dane Kelley came in with 13 goals on the year, second in the USL to Romario Williams of Charleston. 13 shots for Reno in the first half, 4 for the Timbers. Possession almost even, Reno 53%. You feel like if they continue to do what they did in the first half, they've got to break through at some point, don't they?
Yeah, this game is calling for a goal. There's been some great chances. Portland's had a couple themselves too, so
at the beginning of the second
I
half
can't
for
see
Reno
this game ending
1868
scoreless
FC.
here tonight.
Leaving the game, number 17.
And if
Lindo
it does, then
Mafeka entering the game,
Mcintosh deserves to be carried up the field like a hero.
Well, to put it in perspective, I mean, this is a Portland team, if you're just joining us, 1 win, 15 losses on the year, and they've had multiple of their players called up to Portland to play in Vancouver tomorrow afternoon against the Whitecaps. So they are very depleted. They're playing with a lot of young players, but hanging in there through the first 45 minutes here on the road tonight as they will try to steal a point here tonight from Reno 1868, a club that really needs to get 3 here tonight with what they've got facing them on the road. 4 of their next 5 matches will be played away from Greater Nevada Field as Dane Kelley once again with a solid strike, but Mcintosh was ready for it.
Oh, great defending from the front foot from Jordan Morel here. Oh, but Dane Kelley just hesitates there. He could have been through on goal.
One substitution made at halftime by Ian Russell. Luis Felipe Fernandez coming in for Lindo Mafeka.
Yeah, and it looks like Chris Wehan will go to the tip of the diamond, and Luis Felipe will slide in the left side of it. Luis Felipe is someone who's great at holding on to the ball, great at keeping possession, and can carry the ball really well.
Felipe has appeared in now 11 games this season. He's got 2 goals and an assist. Signed in the mid-year from free agency after playing last year in the NASL for the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Here comes Omar Mohammed. Grew up in Ohio after he was born in Africa. Came all the way from Mogadishu, Somalia, which is on the northeastern tip of Africa. 21-year-olds getting a chance to start at the top along with 17-year-old Gio Calixtro.
Mohammed's looked dangerous. He's had a couple of times where he's able to run at the Reno defense, wreak a little havoc. He presses well. He's looked like he's looking for a goal here. One of his limited opportunities for the team.
Here's Brenton Griffiths. Sends it wide for Morel. A lot of international flavor on this Reno team. Morel from England, Griffiths from Jamaica, as well as Dane Kelley and Brian Brown. They've also got Mafeka, who's originally from Durban, South Africa. Antoine Openo, born in Paris, France, grew up in Philly. Also have Mac Pridham, who's from Canada, hailing from Toronto. Nice ball there. Kisipli just out of his reach, though, as it was headed backwards by the Timbers to their keeper, Mcintosh.
Brenton Griffiths will be disappointed giving away that corner kick there. Really not a whole lot of pressure. Takes a heavy touch. And this will be a good opportunity for Portland to get men into the box.
Greater Nevada Credit Union is the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. Won't have another home match until August the 12th when Reno will have a big showdown against San Antonio, who has been one of the best teams in the Western Conference this year, currently in second. Mohammed from the corner, centered. Good job there by Felipe to get that one out of trouble.
Yeah, the acrobatic clearance from Luis Felipe. Now we have a Reno 8 counter.
Weehan couldn't quite keep on to it there. Timbers go back the other way, led by Mohammed. Trying to get it into Bijev. Nice slide there from LaGrassa with the interception. Nice job there by Opano to hold up play and get it back to Felipe. Jordan Morel sprung forward. Felipe making a move, gets it inside the box. Kelley looking to center and cleared away. Here's Kasipli, takes a shot at it. Diving attempt from McIntosh, who was out of his reach and out of play. And another goal kick coming up.
And this is where Matt LaGrassa is best, is breaking up play. Reno will give up the ball, but Matt LaGrassa wins it right back and is able to keep the pressure high, keep a lot of players up in that attacking third. So it's like they didn't even lose the ball at all.
Start of play tonight, Real Monarchs SLC in first place with 43 points, leading the Western Conference table. They've got 14 wins, 3 losses, just 1 draw this year. San Antonio, the team I was mentioning, coming here in a couple weeks, they've only suffered 1 loss all season, 11 wins, 6 draws. And then how about the Swope Park Rangers? They have been on a tear to slide into third place. They now have 38 points, a big separation between the top 3, and then pretty much everyone else bunched up.
Yeah, but Swope Park Rangers show that those top 2 of Real Monarchs and San Antonio aren't untouchable. There was a 10-point gap between second and third, and now Swope Park Rangers have really climbed their way up the table.
It'll be interesting how the next couple of weeks play out. There is a big cluster in the middle between 12th place and Reno in 4th, only separated by 5 points. So again, Reno really hoping to come away with 3 here tonight and keep a stronghold on that number 4 spot in the Western Conference. Still a lot of season left to play, but for Reno, if they were able to not only make the playoffs but host a game in their first season, that would be a remarkable accomplishment.
Yeah, for an expansion team, that would be something amazing if Ian Russell and his boys could pull that off, and I think they can. They've looked very, very good these past 2 months, but a couple games of bad form, and suddenly anyone can go from 4th to 12th, which is really quite the condensed table in the West.
Headed away by Felipe.
So Reno can't afford any slip-ups, especially in this away run that they have coming up.
Kasipli finds Opano. Here comes Reno on the counter. Up to Weehan. Right-footed strike, and it's just over the top of the crossbar. Oh, what a chance for Chris Weehan. And he just barely missed, giving Reno the advantage.
Yeah, and this is a great 3v2 opportunity here for Reno. I spoke about this earlier. They can win the ball and then attack those 2 center backs that are sitting a lot deeper than the rest of the team and create those 3v2 opportunities. But Weehan puts it just wide there. You think with the chances they created, one's bound to go in.
So many opportunities tonight for this 1868 offense, a club that has led the USL this year with 41 goals. They have now put 14 shots on goal in this one. Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Alex Margulies and Colin Tabor with you here tonight in downtown Reno. Reno coming in 7 wins, 4 losses, and 5 draws on the year. And they've only lost 1 time in this building this year. And that was their very first match way back on March the 25th against Orange County. Here's Kasipley with a shot at it, this time too high.
Kasipley does so well to win the ball back right away after he gives it up and does a quick little 1-2 with Openo, but he can't really get a shot off. Portland defenders are kind of tugging at him, and his shot goes too high.
Kendall Mcintosh, a clean sheet in the first half. He has not been able to do that for a full 90 minutes this year. Trying to survive this offensive onslaught here tonight. Here's Jimenez.
And this Portland team is a team that does well in the first half before starting to give up goals in the second half. And you got to think in this heat and altitude, they're going to start to tire.
Well, jostling there between Richards. Gets it centered in. Whistle blown. And it looks like maybe a handball there on the Timbers.
And I think they're calling a foul against Jordan Morel there, right? I think Calixto went into the side and the ref deemed it to be an illegal approach. But a dangerous chance for Portland. That ball falls a different way. It could be falling right into the hands of a striker to put away.
Portland certainly playing much better than a team that has only won 1 match all season and shorthanded here tonight. Felipe trying to find Kelley, sent back to the midfield. Ockford gets his head on it, sends it up to LaGrassa. Nice job there to keep possession for the boys in blue. Morel coming forward again. Fans of the Battleborn Brigade starting to get those drums pounding a little bit louder. They are ready to explode, hoping to find a ball in the back of the net right in front of them to try and break this 0-0 stalemate. Vance Coors Light reminds you to celebrate every climb safely. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, great beer, great responsibility. Poked away by Jimenez. Morel trying to go to the throw into Weeham, but a whistle blown.
And it looks like Omar Mohammed is down off screen on the far side, clutching at his calf.
There's Mohammed, the 21-year-old from Somalia. And the trainer for the Timbers coming out to take a look at him. Clutching his left hamstring, and I think you're right on it. We're maybe dealing with a little bit of cramping here in the altitude.
Yeah, and this Portland Timbers 2 bench, really only 4 players, 3 of them outfield players, so not a lot of depth to choose from for someone like Omar Mohammed, who's been probably their most dangerous player tonight.
Reno looking like they're getting set to make a substitution as Darwin Espinal, the youngster from South Florida, originally from Honduras, will come in and take over for Matt LaGrassa. Espinal signed a couple of weeks ago out of the PDL, playing for the South Florida Surf. Had a goal in that 9-0 victory against LA. He had the final goal of the night. And as well as substitution here for the Timbers, Blake Bodley, who is the most experienced man coming off the bench now, and he will replace Muhammad.
Yeah, and it looks like Ian Russell's going for it. It's not very often that he takes out Matt LaGrassa. But Luis Felipe will slide into that holding mid role, and Espinal will play in the left side of that diamond. Someone who can take people on, shoot from range. He'll want to grab a goal out here tonight and break this deadlock.
I imagine you see that move as Reno really going for more offense, right?
Yeah, no, they're going for a goal. They know that they have Portland on the back foot. They know that they need 3 points here tonight against the last place team with this away run that they have coming up.
And we've seen Espinal be very capable as a striker. Almost scored a magnificent goal in that match against Phoenix a couple of weeks ago. If it were not for a great save from their keeper. And then again, he did finish one against the Galaxy last week as he was set up by Brian Brown. There's Espinal. Chris Weehan. Back to Dane Kelley. Richards will send it wide. Into the box. That was Kisipli trying to find Espinal and punched away. Reno setting it up once again here as Opano will look to find Richards. Almost intercepted, able to keep on to it. Richards going to take a strike, and he just misses. Just off the post, Brent Richards almost finding the back of the net.
Yeah, and Brent Richards has a lot of time and space here. He's able to bring the ball forward and get a nice shot there, but just wide of McIntosh's post here.
Boy, how many times has that happened tonight?
Quite a few now.
17 shots now for Reno. And still without a goal here tonight, as Portland has been able to hold the league's best offense to a scoreless output thus far.
Yeah, those 17 shots, I don't remember any of them being really speculative shots that someone shouldn't have taken. They've all been good shots that either have gone just wide or have been good saves from McIntosh.
Espinal able to win it in the midfields. He'll take it himself, cutting through a couple defenders. Trying to center it for Kelley. Now back to Antoine Opano. Weehan was pushed down in the box. Won't get a foul out of it. Dangerous contact that time, though, by T2.
Yeah, Weehan makes a good run through, and Opano finds him with that little reverse pass. But ref doesn't think there's enough contact there to warrant a penalty kick.
Bodley, who just checked in, gets on the ball. And a whistle blown, contact that time between Felipe and Jacob Montes.
And Felipe's clutching at that left ankle there. He's able to walk off and shake it off there.
Coors Light reminds you to celebrate every climb safely. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Also, soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, you can visit NikeSoccer.com. Richards will pop it up. Weehan knocked down from behind and a whistle blown against the Timbers. Matt Bersano will serve it back into play. Opano going for the ball there, but a whistle blown. And looks like Oakley's reaching for his pocket. He was thinking about maybe a card there, and there it is. He's going to pull a yellow card on Antoine Opano.
I disagree with that. I think Opano gets the ball there. It's a nice sliding challenge. He wins it fairly, in my opinion, but the ref saw things differently and pulled out the yellow card there for Opano.
Took down Kyle Bjornathan, who you see there tying up his shoes. Here's Jimenez now. Felipe and Espinal getting into a fight at midfield, but the Timbers able to hold on to it. Now a contact again as Felipe collides with Bijev. And does Oakley have another card in his hands?
And that was good play from Bijev there. He's able to sense Felipe coming in. He's able to push it past him and earn that foul there. I'm not quite sure if it was a yellow, but it's definitely a foul.
So 2 yellow cards in the span of about a minute. And the Timbers will set up an opportunity here in the 65th minute. Bijev leading the team with 6 goals this year after earning that takedown. Popped up in the box. Bersano ready for it as it's headed out of play by Michael Amick.
Yeah, and that was a great chip ball in from Bodily there to find Amick on the 6. Dangerous set piece there.
Seth Kasipli will grab it in the midfield. Here's Richards once again. Nowhere to go, met with a lot of bodies there in the middle of the field. Back to Bijev. Over to Cicerone. Bijev just outside the box. A lot of defenders there. He sends it wide. Deflected and out of play there by Richards. It looks like he was able to prevent that from going into the corner. Reno catching a break as it just stayed to the left of the post, and it looks like a throw-in upcoming. As Jimenez will go down and grab it. Horn still back to Jimenez. Cicerone into Bijev. Cicerone with a chance there. Nice clear by Brenton Griffiths. Not out of trouble yet, and that one almost went in. Wow, what a shot there from Portland as they almost broke the tie.
Yeah, and this was a huge tackle from Brenton Griffiths, but it doesn't get out of danger, and Portland have a close shot to that right-hand post. Great couple minutes from Portland here.
Some nice calculated ball movement and opportunities there on that last possession. They haven't had very many chances on goal, but the ones they have been quality tonight. Here comes Kelley. Over to Espinal. With his right foot, almost curled it into the corner.
And that's the shot that Espinal likes to go for. He likes to cut it and curl it towards that right post. And he's so close there, but just like a lot of times we've said so far tonight, just wide.
How about 19 shots now for this Reno 1868 offense?
Wow. Some nights are just like that.
So a lot of time left in this one. Mcintosh, who has been really good on the goal kicks tonight, getting them deep into Reno's territory. This time cleared away, and now a throw-in for Bjornathan. Nice win there for Richards, gets it up to Kelley. Trying to find Weehan in the box, and Mcintosh will blast it out of play. Vans Coors Light reminds you that every climb deserves a refreshing finish, and every night deserves a safe ending. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, greater beer, great responsibility. Here's Richards now with the throw-in. All the way into the box. Jimenez. Intercepted by Morel. Bodley, the 19-year-old from Idaho, taking over from Muhammad here in the second half. Cicerone, here comes Jimenez from the back line, centers it, cleared away by Richards.
And that was a great ball from Cicerone there to find Jimenez on the overlap.
Reno trying to put together a counter. Espinal forward to Weehan. They've got some numbers. Weehan to Kasipli. Kasipli deflected it in. There it is. And Reno's got a 1-0 lead here in the 71st minute.
And Reno 1868 can breathe a sigh of relief as that ball finally crosses the goal line there. And it takes the own goal there from Michael Amick. Real unfortunate after Portland have been defending so valiant there. And there's nothing Kendall Mcintosh can do when that ball gets deflected the opposite way he's going.
That has got to be such a sick feeling for this Portland team who has survived attack after attack from Reno. For a team that has lost 15 games this year, and that's how Reno takes the lead, that has got to be such a gut punch.
Yeah, so unlucky for them after they've been rather lucky with Reno missing shot after shot. And that was another shot that was going wide. It would look like it was going to be yet another shot that wasn't going in, but it takes the worst of deflections there off Michael Amick to put it behind, and now Reno are ahead.
Well, now the next few minutes will be interesting because you've talked about this Portland team over the season. Once a team is able to break through and get a goal, they've had a hard time hanging in games at this point.
Yeah, and I think this is a time when these younger teams, their heads start to drop, they start to lose belief in the game, and we could see the floodgates open, see how stretched this Portland team is after conceding.
Openo popping it up in the box, trying to find Espinal. Able to get it away from Jimenez. Centers it, Kelley. And that's the night for Dane Kelley this evening. You see him grasping his head there, another chance in front of the net, and he can't finish.
Yeah, and a nice little play from Espinal there. He throws Jimenez the other way and is able to get a low cross for Dane Kelley, but Dane Kelley just can't get that on target. Just gets too much under the ball there and puts it high.
Kasipli able to get it away from Bijev. Nice slide there to keep the ball. Gets it up to Openo. Antoine. There was a run there from Weehan. I'm not sure Kelley saw him. And now a blast off into the seats. Let's take another look there because it looked like an opportunity for Chris Weehan. And then Dane Kelley came up and maybe a little miscommunication here. Great slide first by Kasipli.
Yeah, great slide from Kasipli. And Openo sees Chris Weehan's run. And if Dane Kelley just lets that run through his legs, Chris Weehan's through on goal there. Strange decision to take it, not only take it for himself, but to take it away from goal. But Dane Kelley is the kind of striker, he wants goals. And he gets them too. He's second in the league with 13 goals. It's been working well for him so far.
Well, and it's been such a frustrating night for him. You have to imagine maybe tonight, even more than others, he really wants to find the back of the net.
Definitely. It has been a frustrating night for him. It all started in that opening shot in the 4th minute that Mcintosh was able to make a great save on. And he hasn't been able to find the back of the net tonight.
Corner kick now from Seth Kasipli. He's got 3 assists this year, which is tied for 3rd on the team. Into the box. Griffith setting up for the header, and he couldn't connect on it. Cicerone able to get it out of play.
And that was a great play there from Jacob Montez. Keeps that run going, and they're able to find him into the corner. Nice little passing exchange from Portland Timbers. Montez continues his run. They knock it around a couple of times. Let Reno forget about Montez a little bit and then find him.
Whistle blown here, and it looks like it's going to be a Reno possession and a substitution for the Timbers as Jose Perez will come in for Terrell Lowe. Fans of the USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the entire world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with the latest league news and information, and you can do so by visiting uslsoccer.com. You can also follow them on Twitter at USL. Well, this is the debut for Jose Perez. Has not played in the game all year. Part of the Timbers Academy, getting called up with a lot of bodies shuffling up to the first level team. Another chance for Espinal. Gets into the box, finds Kelley. Kelley puts his right foot on it, and another deflection from McIntosh.
Oh, and it looks like it went over the crossbar. And another shot from Dane Kelley that you just can't find that target tonight. It happens for strikers sometimes. But it's still 15 minutes left. You know that Dane Kelley will be trying to push for a goal.
Cicerone trying to break through Reno's defense and draws a whistle. Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field. A beautiful night here in downtown Reno. It was a hot afternoon. Temperatures escalating into the triple digits, but cooling off nicely here into the 70s. Definitely a comfortable night here this evening. Getting a bit of a heat spell. Tell you what though, for the people living in this area, we're just happy the smoke is gone. A lot of smoke earlier in the week from fires caused all over the region. A big one burning down in Yosemite filled the entire valley here, as the air quality was not very good for a couple days, but some good wind has flushed it out, and much better here this afternoon and tonight.
Yeah, clear skies now the past couple days after really smoky skies earlier. And fans tonight will be happy that the smoke has cleared, because it could obviously be a health concern for players, but here we are on a beautiful night.
Montez taken down just outside the box. Trying to sell it, didn't get the whistle though from Oakley. Here's Reno on the other end. Kasipli finds Opano. Elusive as always, gets it over to Weehan, and Reno will reset.
This Reno team, they're so good at keeping possession, even in the final third with those short, quick exchanges.
Kelley again, deflected this time. Espinal. Knocked away by Jimenez. Junior Burgos coming back with the club. He has spent about the last month playing for his national team in El Salvador, playing in Gold Cup action, and Burgos will check in for Antoine Opano here for the final 12 minutes or so of regulation. Good to see him back here in Northern Nevada.
Yeah, definitely good to see Junior Burgos back. Just returned from Wednesday's defeats the United States with El Salvador. Now he's back and ready to do something these last 10 or so minutes.
A true number 10 for this Reno team, a guy that is especially good from the corner. Here's Burgos with a chance, deflected by McIntosh.
Oh, and Burgos almost scores with his very first touch of the game, mere seconds after coming on.
Another chance, and McIntosh knocks that one away.
You could tell Burgos came in with one thing in mind. He's going to score a goal. Wow, a couple great chances after being on for literally only 20 seconds or so.
Great save there by McIntosh, just barely able to get his right hand on that second attempt. And again, Burgos, he's so good from the corner.
Yeah, set pieces is where he specializes in. He's able to hit a driven ball in. A lot of people take corners, they loft it in, but he can drive that in.
Kelley gets his head on it, can't control it, and Mcintosh will set one up here as we head into the final 10 minutes of regulation. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Jimenez finds Cicerone. Being guarded by Felipe. Crack out at that time by Perez, getting his first action in a T2 uniform, and he sends it into the grassy area. Perez, who just took that last shot, only 19 years old, from the state of Oregon, playing for the Timbers U17 and 18 teams this season. Tonight, his very first appearance in his career in a USL match, so some big minutes for him tonight.
Yeah, with the first team having some depleted players between injuries, suspensions, and national team duty. A couple guys get called up from T2, and it gives chance guys in the academy to get a couple minutes in.
Morel keeps Reno's possession in the midfield. Ockford gets to Weehan, broken up though. Stolen back by Kasipli, trying to quickly find Kelley. Good defense there by Portland. Here they come on the counter. Here's Cicerone once again. Looking to center it, catches Felipe. Gets it back himself. Bijev saved and put it in the back of the net by the 17-year-olds. Gio Calixtro, in his first ever USL start, has found the equalizer here in the 83rd minute.
Wow, and Gio Calixtro is able to tap home in really his first start in USL. Great opportunity for the youngster here. Equalize against a Reno team that has had the better of the game so far.
So that is a very disappointing moment here for this Reno team, as the Timbers try to steal a point here tonight in downtown. And we'll see how Reno can respond here in the final 10 minutes or so. After Villian Bijev blasted one Bersana with a great save, and Calixtro was right there to put it in the back of the net. What a moment for the 17-year-olds.
Bersano, I think, will be beating himself up a little bit for putting that right into Calixtro's path. He was trying to put it wide. I don't think he quite saw him there. But Calixtro gets an easy goal there. Really make a memorable debut here for T2.
Not only his first start tonight, he'd only played 7 minutes the entire season, but as you mentioned a couple minutes ago, some changes at the top in the MLS for the Timbers, needing to call some guys up, and Calixtro getting a chance. And right place, right time on that one, as he's able to spoil the clean sheet for Matt Bersano, who is going for number 7 on the year. Another change here, Carlos Anguiano will come in. He will also make his first appearance. Anguiano, 16 years old, from Los Angeles. So a lot of youth on the pitch here tonight for Portland, but they have been up to the challenge of keeping this now a tie game once again into the final minutes here tonight in Northern Nevada.
Now this Portland team has new life, new belief. They're moving the ball around really quickly.
Here's Anguiano, the youngster from LA. Knocked out of bounds by Jimenez, and the throw-in now. Well, Morel thought it was his throw-in, but It'll actually go to Portland. Throwing goes to Bijev. Gets a deflection. And now a goal kick from Bersano, who puts it straight back into play. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Burgos over to Morel, to Espinal. Deflected back outside the box. Here's Kelley. Burgos is knocked down from behind, won't get a whistle.
How is that not a foul on Junior Burgos there? He comes in the back of his ankles there. Strange decision from the referee.
Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Burgos is beside himself right now as Jose Perez is slow to get up. A little bit of shoving here between Jimenez and Burgos. You can see Junior caught him from behind, but he was just knocked down moments prior, as you mentioned, without a whistle, but that push did get one, and so the Timbers will be able to put it in play here with only about 3 minutes in regulation left to play. Taken back by the Timbers at the midfield. And Guiano to Perez. Off the back of Griffiths and out of play. What can Reno do here in the last couple minutes? They've taken 26 shots in this game. They've only been able to find the back of the net once. Can they find it here in the closing minutes to avoid the draw?
And Portland are defending real deep now. They're not giving space for guys like Junior Burgos to get that shot off. But another questionable decision from the referee, because it looks like Junior Burgos was taken down in front of the box yet again.
Here's Kasipli. Kasipli once again. Up to Morel. An 1868 breakthrough here in the final moments. Richards pops it up. And a wasted chance on that possession. Mcintosh will take his time here. They only added 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Probably get a little bit more here in the second with a couple takedowns and a few moments of slow play.
Yeah, I think since Portland's equalizer, they've tried to slow down play a lot, and I think the ref will account for that. I'm guessing at least 4 minutes.
Chris Wehan gets it up to Kelley, back to Wehan. Over to Espinal. Trying to curl it into that right corner and couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, and Espinal, he wants to curl that, just doesn't get enough spin on it there. Doesn't have the best of angles. Portland don't give him any space there. They're going to get a lot of numbers in front of goal right for these closing minutes.
You called it 4 minutes of stoppage time added by Benjamin Oakley.
The fourth official has indicated that a minimum of 4 minutes has been added to the second half. The official time will depend on the field.
Reno certainly would not be happy coming away with a draw here tonight after taking the advantage in the 71st minute. 4 out of the next 5 on the road, and Reno really wants to try and get 3 here tonight.
Yeah, this is the kind of game where you can't drop points. At home against the last place in the league, when you have a big run of away games coming, Reno are going to really try and push for this goal.
Morel able to get it away. Trying to find Burgos, but cleared all the way to the other side of the field. Bersano quickly gets down to Ockford. Maybe a minute passed so far since we've gotten to stoppage. Felipe down to Kisipli. Finds Burgos in the middle of the field. Looking to get it to Kelley, but it was stolen away.
Yeah, a couple bad giveaways from Reno. They're starting to get in their own heads a little bit. They want to be able to make every single pass count. There's not a lot of time left.
Maybe halfway through stoppage now. Maybe 2 minutes left in this one. Kisipli trying to cross it over to Espinal. And that will really slow down play for Reno. Not very many chances left.
Yeah, and that's uncharacteristic from Seth Kisipli there. Normally so pinpoint in his passing. But I think this Reno team can't believe that they're 1-1 against Portland right now. They're so used to things just going their way at home. Tonight's just not their night.
Weehan trying to pressure Jimenez here. Able to get away from him. Gets it up to Anguiano. Griffiths up to Burgos. Maybe one more chance here. Richards takes a shot at it and saved by Kendall Mcintosh, who maybe has put together his best performance of the season. He has been outstanding, taking harassment from Reno all night long, and to have only yielded 1 goal has been a miraculous effort in this contest.
Yeah, he's done very, very well tonight. Made some huge saves to keep this score. Only 1 for Reno, 1868. Man of the match for me tonight. I can't imagine giving it to anyone else.
Perhaps one more shot here for Reno. Espinal. Crossfield for Burgos. Gets it. Espinal tries to deflect and can't tee it up. He sends it over the top of the crossbar. Another one that is just so close for this Reno offense.
And what a great ball there from Junior Burgos. Puts it in such a dangerous position. All he needs is Espinal to get something on it. But Espinal, just, which is the story of Reno's night, just can't find the target.
And that very well might do it here this evening. Here's the kick from Mcintosh. Back to Bersano. Will they let Reno get one more chance? Maybe they will. Burgos. Trying to center, no one's there. And now Jimenez is down. Trying to stall play here. And the final whistle blown here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. And another night here at home that ends in a draw that Reno is going to look back and really be unhappy with this result. The look there from Dane Kelley says it all. as he heads back towards the Reno locker room. And the Portland Timbers give this team credit. A very young, a very battered team that has had, really to put it bluntly, it's been a miserable season for them. 1-15. With only 2 draws, they earned their third, and with a 17-year-old starting at forward, and it's the 17-year-old Gio Calixtro who finds the deflection off of Vilin Bijev, finds the back of the net for the equalizer, and the Timbers are able to fight their way to a draw here tonight in downtown Reno.
Yeah, definitely a night to remember from Gio Calixtro. Right place, right time for him. He'll be very happy getting a goal here for USL side.
The Oregon native coming out of the academy, and his first ever United Soccer League goal, a big one here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the other side with our post-game thoughts. We'll take a look at the highlights from this one as Reno and Portland fight to a 1-1 draw tonight here as you've been watching United Soccer League action on My21 TV.
Join us for the next match on Saturday, August 12th, as Reno 1868 FC takes on San Antonio FC with a kickoff at 7:30 p.m. The first 1,868 fans who will resign gate will receive a custom 1868 bobblehead presented by Greater Nevada Credit Union and My21 TV. To purchase your tickets, visit the ticket office here at Greater Nevada Field or visit Reno68fc.com.
Welcome back inside Greater Nevada Field, where we finish up with another draw, 1-1. Reno and Portland fighting to a tie here tonight. Reno will go to 7 wins, 4 losses, and now 6 draws on the season. They will now have 27 points on the year, which temporarily will keep them in 4th place. A lot of teams coming up from behind, though. Tulsa, Sacramento with 25, Colorado Springs 24. So we'll see if they can hang on to that top 4 spot through the end of the weekend. For the Timbers, now 1 win, 15 losses, and 3 draws. They get to 6 points now on the season, still in a distant 15th place. LA Galaxy 15 points, Portland Timbers only 6, so a long ways to go to climb out of the bottom, but certainly a game that will give them a whole lot of confidence to come in here to Greater Nevada Field, which has been a tough place for opponents to play, and with them being so depleted, to come away with that kind of result, they will have a happy flight back to the Rose City. Alex Margulies and Colin Tabor with you here tonight on My21 TV. Colin, let's take a look at the highlights from this contest. It was a scoreless affair, 0-0 through the first 45 minutes of this one. Some chances in the second half for the Timbers. Matt Bersano played well for the majority of the night. Darwin Espinal, a couple shots, trying to get into that right corner. He, as you mentioned, likes to try and curl it there. Finally, Reno will break through. Seth Kisipli shot on goal, and it was an own goal deflected off of Michael Amick in the 71st minute. Reno thought they were going to walk away tonight and survive with 3 points. Nice job here by Seth Kisipli.
And I think it says a lot of the night. Out of the 30 shots tonight from Reno 1868, the one that goes in was actually going wide and took a deflection. But here we see the youngster, Gio Calixto, tap in after a great shot from Villian Bihev. Bersano does well to get low, get a palm on it, but it falls right into the path of Gio Calixto, and he's got to be ecstatic getting a goal out here tonight.
Just 17 years old, had never started in the USL, only 7 minutes of play this year, and right place at the right time in the 83rd minute, the equalizing goal to send his Timbers team to just their 6th point of the season, and he will be a very happy person going home tonight. 28 shots for Reno tonight. 8 of those were on target. You said it before, you know what? No matter who you play, sometimes you're going to have nights like this. Reno had so many good offensive chances. For whatever reason, though, they just could only find the back of the net once.
Yeah, it just wasn't their night for shooting. So many shots would go just high or just wide. Everything was so close, and I always think that a shot just wide is better than a shot that's going right into the goalkeeper's hands, but they just couldn't find the back of the net.
Got to tell you, Calixto, the 17-year-old, of course, a big moment for him. How about the job by the 23-year-old Kendall Mcintosh? He had not recorded a clean sheet all season, not going to get one here tonight, but what a miraculous effort from him to hang in there and have the mental, the physical, the emotional stability to be able to handle this Reno attack all night long and just give up the one goal. And as you mentioned, it was an own goal.
Yeah, a few big saves there from Mcintosh. I remember the one in the 4th minute from Dane Kelley, one also in the first half from Chris Wehan. He was phenomenal tonight, and he really earned this Portland team their draw. But Reno will be ruining their missed opportunities tonight. But it's back to the drawing board for Ian Russell. A run of away games, 3 now in the Midwest, their furthest trips. So how they bounce back from that will be really important, especially with how congested it is from 4th to 12th place.
Well, these next 5 games could really go a long ways in determining how this season plays out for Reno 1868. They're going to go next Sunday and play against the Swope Park Rangers. That's the team right now who is in 3rd place. They have been on an absolute tear. They've won 5 in a row. Then they'll go to Oklahoma City to take on the Energy, and they'll stay in the Midwest to play the following Saturday against Tulsa. Next home match, it doesn't get easy. San Antonio, who has lost only once all season, 2nd place team in the Western Conference. They'll make their one and only visit to Greater Nevada Fields, and that's our next broadcast here on Saturday 12th. Definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good chance for revenge. Early in the season, San Antonio beat Reno 4-0, and that was before Reno really turned their season around. It was a tough beginning for them. So this is a new look Reno team, and they'll want to put 3 points past the San Antonio team, who's been very good defensively.
So just a draw here tonight against Portland, 1-1 our final, and we'll see what Reno can do here in a very important stretch for the next 5 again away from Greater Nevada Fields. We'll be back with you on Saturday, August the 12th. San Antonio coming to town, 7:30 to kick off. If you can't make it out to Greater Nevada Field, we will once again have all the action for you right here on My 21 TV. Want to thank all of our folks here in production for helping put this broadcast on the air. A lot of people that do just some fantastic jobs here at Greater Nevada Field, as well as back at our home station on Vassar Street here in Reno. For my broadcast partner, Colin Tabor, I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from downtown Reno, where the final score tonight, 1868 won and the Timbers won. Thanks for watching United Soccer League action on My 21 TV.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.